Sweeney and Glen Powell are being accused by fans of cheating on their significant others.
It was a Hollywood romance sizzling on screen, but leaving devastation behind. While the world swooned over Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell's chemistry, a vulnerable woman was systematically dismantled. This isn't just a cheating scandal. This is the chilling story of how Glen Powell allegedly fell under Sydney Sweeney's spell, torpedoing his 3-year relationship with Gigi Paris, allowing her to be used, exposed, and sacrificed in a ruthless marketing scheme for a rom-com. The question isn't if Hollywood is fake, but how far they'll go and who gets crushed. Let's dive in. This isn't new in Tinseltown. It's a phenomenon. Actors and actresses thrust together on set, portraying unbridled love, a psychological pressure cooker.
Cozy like this between takes, hung out together while not filming, and even shared clothes like this. Sydney also spent time with Glen's family.
Two powerful, attractive people pretending for months. Is it any wonder feelings bleed from fiction to messy reality? But let's be clear. There's never an excuse for infidelity, especially for career ambition. We've seen this trope countless times. Yet, Glen Powell and Sydney Sweeney's saga twist this familiar narrative into something chilling. While Glen now attempts to spin this as a PR tactic for anyone but you, and their chemistry was undeniable, Gigi Paris, the woman he left behind, tells a profoundly different story. While Glen was in Australia, thousands of miles from Gigi, affair allegations swirled. Sydney Sweeney, engaged herself, though her relationship was rocky and imploded, seemed unbothered. But Gigi, she was desperate. She begged Glen, her boyfriend of 3 years, to publicly deny cheating.
Mind you, this guy has a girlfriend of 5 years.
Glen's girlfriend Gigi allegedly unfollows Sydney on Instagram and has been posting cryptic lyrics and songs to her Instagram story, like, for example, Aretha Franklin's Respect,
to shut down speculation tearing her apart. Yet, what's truly nasty is that Glen seemingly reveled in the controversy. He fed on every headline, every paparazzi shot, every whisper for invaluable eyes on his movie. Gigi, a model, acknowledges the industry's blurred lines, admitting parts of their relationship had a PR component, but she couldn't fathom sacrificing everything for a film. She had no idea how much she was willing to give up. She questioned her worth, feeling small without his support. Devastating details continued to emerge. During an interview, Gigi was asked if she ever got clarity on whether Glen cheated. Her heartbreaking admission, she claims she still doesn't know, having heard a dizzying array of stories. Who can blame her? The ultimate breaking point came during a phone call from Glen. He coldly informed her, "Hey, I think it's best that you pause your trip coming to Australia because I don't think it'd be a good look to be seen with you."
It's like Sydney Sweeney might be more like her Euphoria character Cassie than we thought. She's caught up in a messy situation. People are accusing her of cheating on her fiancé with her co-star Glen Powell. They also
In that shattering moment, she claims she fell out of love. Honestly, who wouldn't? She then revealed the chilling words. "The producers and I have discussed that it's best that you don't come visit." The producers, masterminds behind Anyone But You, explicitly didn't want happy pictures of Glen and Gigi, actively pushing the manufactured fantasy. It's sickening he'd put her in such a position, but it screams of Glen being utterly captivated, perhaps even under Sydney's influence. Gigi describes that phone call as what broke me. She knew it was done. The person she loved was gone, sold out to Hollywood's calculating machinery. This wasn't calculated breakup monetization or twisting a story for clicks. As she confessed, "I was shattered. Shattered." In a testament to her dedication, Gigi was trying to secure a work visa to join him in Australia, wanting to focus on her own career, not just be a sideline girlfriend. She wasn't putting everything aside, she was paying her own bills. Then the media storm hit.
we feel about cheaters on this channel, and it looks like actress Sydney Sweeney is receiving a ton of backlash. Not only is she facing cheating allegations, but people are also calling her a homewrecker.
"Hello, like, what's going on here?" she exclaimed, utterly blindsided. So, how did Gigi Paris, after 3 years, end up reeling, supposedly for Sydney Sweeney? It began in January 2023 with Anyone But You casting. By April, fans scented blood. Behind-the-scenes videos sparked rampant affair allegations. And don't forget, Sydney was also engaged. Pause. Look at her reaching for him. That familiar, almost possessive touch. While typical for some, watch true co-stars' press junkets. You'll see subtle boundaries. This isn't just cynicism. The Cynthia and Ariana Grande situation reinforced it. When actors constantly touch during interviews, something deeper brews. They were hired for a professional job. Are you touching coworkers at a meeting? That's not how the real world works. Right after filming, drama exploded. April 24th, 2023, Page 6 dropped the bombshell.
This happens pretty often in Hollywood because these actresses and these actors, they go away to film a movie and they start to, develop chemistry. They're spending all day with each other and they cheat on their partners.
Glen Powell's girlfriend, Gigi Paris, unfollowed Sydney Sweeney on Instagram, igniting breakup rumors. Glen was already parading Sydney down red carpets. A source conveniently claimed Gigi unfollowed Sydney because Sydney never followed back, insisting it had nothing to do with Glen and Sydney. Shady. This source tried to convince us Gigi was aware that Glen and Sydney have never hooked up, and it was merely tough on the relationship. Barely days later, that same pivotal April brought a damning update. Gigi Paris posted a cryptic, undeniably clear Instagram message, confirming her breakup. She captioned it, "Know your worth." Then, and on to the next, comments erupted, validating her pain and lambasting Glen Powell. This starkly contrasted the "everything's fine" narrative. What changed? 2 days later, April 28th, Sydney Sweeney was photographed with her then-fiancé, Jonathan Davino, conspicuously without her engagement ring. We all know how that relationship ended. A complete implosion.
And that's what people are suspecting right now between Sydney Sweeney and actor Glen Powell. They've been in Australia filming a rom-com, and it seems like their chemistry has taken a next level. And people really started paying attention to their relationship when this clip went viral on Twitter.
It took Jonathan about a year to grasp what was happening. Silence stretched until August, when Sydney finally addressed rumors in a Variety interview. "Sometimes I feel beat up by it," she lamented. "It's hard to sit back and watch and not be able to stand up for yourself." A perplexing statement from a producer fully capable of speaking. Then, the true motive slipped out. She continued gleefully. "However, it could be fun to play into a narrative surrounding the rom-com. That's what people want. Glen and I don't really care. We have so much fun together, and we respect each other so much. He's a hard worker." It sounds like it was planned. Every word screams calculated strategy. Then came the TikTok heard round the world. An ASMR-style video of the pair whispering dirty pickup lines, racking up over 24 million views. Gigi, I'm sure, wasn't far from seeing that.
As you guys can see in that clip, there's Glen and Sydney on the couch and he's tipping her while they're both full of laughter. It's a cute video and probably a great PR move to promote the film.
We all know how Hollywood operates. People plan these organic moments. But why wasn't Gigi Paris, the actual girlfriend, given a heads up? With her 3-year relationship hanging in the balance, Sydney Sweeney, it seems, couldn't give an F about Jonathan Davino. From summer into fall, Glen finally addressed the swirling speculation in a Men's Health interview. He said with a straight face, "When all that stuff happened, the publicity, it felt disorienting and unfair, but I'm realizing it's just part of what this gig is now." Again, selling out. As winter approached, the promotional blitz intensified. Glen continued to parrot increasingly bizarre lines, claiming it was very easy to pretend to fall in love with Sydney Sweeney. He elaborated, "Immediately, it was like we'd known each other forever. Anybody on set realizes I never get tired of talking to Sydney. We make each other laugh. She's awesome, one of the most talented actresses we have." He even suggested the movie itself felt like a rom-com because Sydney is so easy to pretend fall in love with. Then, the line that truly twisted the knife. The wild part about being in a rom-com, all the ideas of love swirling through your head with big romantic moments, is sometimes it's harder to differentiate between real life and fake life.
But fans did not appreciate it.
That this video was disrespectful to Glen Powell's girlfriend. And after this video, a lot of cheating rumors started going around. They were even seen wearing the same jacket. Mind you, this guy has a girlfriend of 5 years.
Harder to differentiate? It sounds less like acting and more like work and personal life completely dissolved. Gigi, I think, would like to know if he was working or just having fun. Sydney, ironically, chimed in that same month, claiming the drama was really hard on Glen, making her sad, but otherwise it was a beautiful experience for us both. Now fast forward. The substantial gap to October 2024 marks the excruciating 6 months Gigi and Glen's relationship agonizingly fell apart. When Glen and Sydney resurfaced, their rhetoric escalated. They spoke with intimacy, usually reserved for actual partners. It's bizarre. The sheer volume of praise. She's so awesome, she's amazing, everything's in her court. She's known for taking care of people. She's the type of person that remembers birthdays and your favorite dessert and your mom's favorite dessert. Your mom's favorite dessert? Then this March, the other shoe dropped. Sydney and Jonathan's relationship unraveled. March 24th, Sydney quietly deleted a months-old New Year's Eve kiss photo with Jonathan, a subtle erasure. A source confirmed to People the relationship had been rocky for a long time and Sydney wasn't ready to settle down. Not lack of love, but a desire to focus on her career. Jeff Bezos' wedding, Dancing with Orlando Bloom, or maybe Tom Brady. Then, the desperate last-ditch damage control. Glen's mother stepped into the media, stating Glen and Sydney were no more than just friends, with nothing going on behind closed doors, at least in 2025.
Maybe he's just a nice guy offering his jacket to Sydney, but when you see how they behave off of set, you would assume that they are having a full-on affair.
Sweeney and Glen Powell are being accused by fans of cheating on their significant others as they are filming a rom-com in Australia.
Right after this wedding, we got official confirmation. Sydney and Jonathan were officially done. While Sydney's living her best life with Jeff Bezos and Glen Powell rides a wave of new movie deals, Gigi Paris is left to pick up the pieces. Gigi bravely revealed the relationship had been crumbling for 6 months before the final, agonizing breakup. She delivers a powerful plea. Don't make an ass of me. Don't make a fool out of someone you've been with for over 3 years, talking forever. Have some decency. Her final, cutting words. At the end of the day, I was like, well, work comes first. And that's the case. Power to you, that's your priority. I got to walk away. She felt fed to the dogs by how it was handled. Regarding cheating, Gigi remains guarded. I have no confirmation of what actually happened. She states, I just know my standards, and it wasn't okay the way it was handled. Period. The chilling irony. Glen consulted producers about the best move for his relationship. Specifically, if his 3-year girlfriend should come to Australia. And who was a key producer? Sydney Sweeney. So Sydney was effectively telling Glen not to invite his girlfriend to Australia. Gigi courageously went to Australia anyway, determined to look him in the eyes and break up. She calls it the hardest thing she ever had to do, but then she was stuck there for 2 weeks doing my jobs, under a bizarre rule, not allowed near set or production areas. Who made that rule? Likely the producers, who didn't want happy pictures of Glen and Gigi. Why would Gigi be a problem minding her own business? The biggest red flags, she recounts, were his glaring failures to stand up for her. People were very disrespectful to me in certain rooms, and he just sat there. He wouldn't say, hey, that's my girl, because he didn't want to upset them. Gigi also briefly touched on Sydney and Jonathan's split, and Sydney and Glen's potential future. I hope that if they're meant to be, they're meant to be. It's really none of my business anymore, she said. That's what I wanted the end to be. To walk away from that because it's an effing circus. The way they handled things for headlines, I don't live that way. So you do you. It's not my business anymore. Another post echoes the sentiment. Glen sucks so hard for this, and this is why Sydney annoys me. She constantly bragged and boasted about what a marketing genius she was for that movie. Many articles and self-congratulatory comments. Meanwhile, she didn't care about the real woman they were hurting and disregarding for a stupid marketing scheme. And there you have it, guys. A stark reminder that in Hollywood, ambition often trumps decency. People will do anything to reach the top. And no, I wouldn't put that past Sydney Sweeney.